Welcome back. Another episode of Casey Campbell's Videocast right here and right now. I'm Casey Campbell with Great Lakes Post. Joining me right now is Rajah Caruth. Big time, and if you haven't heard, big winner this weekend for Rev Racing at Greenville Pickens. Of course, Rajah's raced. This is his first year racing for Rev Racing in the late models. How's it going, man?
I'm great, man. Thank you for having me on, Casey.
No problem. Just describe what that win feels like. I know I talked to Gracie Trotter a few weeks ago after she got her first win at Hickory a couple weeks ago, and then of course the big win at the Bull Ring in the Arkham Menards West Series, and then you get your first win at Greenville Pickens. How big was that?
Yeah, it was pretty big. I'm really thankful to be a part of this program and this race team. I'm a history buff and a student of the sport, so to race at that racetrack and see all those great names on the backstretch, Dale Earnhardt or Ralph Earnhardt, excuse me, Marty Lindley, and David Pearson, big names on the wall on the backstretch is pretty cool. And to say that I got my first one there is pretty big. And so, to be honest with you, like I like at the beginning of the summer, I had hopes of, hopefully being in contention for wins, but, I didn't want to, set expectations too high. So, to continue the progression and be at this point now, it's really great. I'm really glad to be at this point. But the job's not done. So we'll just keep on working.
For how did you get into racing?
Yeah. So I started sim racing, not anything really like this, but I started sim racing 2 years ago now. It's gone so fast, but I started sim racing in June of 2018. Before that, I did like rental carts, K1 speed type stuff for a summer, but that's really it. And then I got into sim racing heavily, did the eNASCAR Ignite series on iRacing. And, that's really where I started to build myself and to produce good results on there. That's really how I got started. And then the year after, I applied for and made the NASCAR Drive for Diversity youth team and raced legend cars last year at the summer shootout, legend cars at Charlotte. And so that's basically how I've gotten my start so far.
There's with Rev Racing, of course, the work that Max Siegel has done with the Drive for Diversity program, bringing in all different walks of life. How big is that for you to be a part of that program?
Yeah, it's huge just because I would not have an opportunity to pursue something that I've dreamed about since I was 5, if not for this program. And I'm really glad to be a part of it, and I'm glad it's in existence just because it gives people not only a chance to, but gives us the assets and the leverage and stuff that we need to continue our careers or start our careers like me, and just chase our dreams.
Anyone cool reach out to you on Twitter, social media, or someone? Did you get a cool text from somebody?
Yeah, so I got some cool stuff on Twitter, like Ryan McGee, Alan Cavana, and Steve Post, Noah Gregson, Bubba, obviously. So that Jordan Anderson, some cool people, tag me on Twitter and stuff. Kip Childress and Jill Gregory, and the list goes on. A lot of people were very supportive of me this weekend, and have been over this summer. It's usually obviously with COVID, things have been kind of thrown out of whack. So in the midst of all that, really to take advantage and still have the year we've had so far is really good, and I can't wait to finish out our year and come back stronger next year.
Okay, so I know that I know you. Do you know your plans for next year? What do you want to do? I know you would like to continue in this program because I think it's a 4-year. I think if I'm not mistaken, it's a 4-year program. What do you want to do with this? Do you want to continue with Rev Racing if you can? And what do you want to do with that?
Yeah, like I don't really know what I'm doing next year, so I would love to be back with the program and to continue to be here until I'm either lined up with a manufacturer or a further along program, whether it's TRD or Driver's Edge over at Chevy and GMS, or Ford's new program over there, just to try to build my resume and hopefully get in line for a Cup car one day.
Yeah. So what are your plans for the rest of this year?
Yeah, so we've got one more race this or next weekend. October 17th, we're going to be going to Florence. We'll be racing down there. I believe it'll be twins. I'm not 100% sure, but I love that racetrack. So I'm excited to go back there. And, that'll be our last race for our late model program this year. I'll be running a legend car in January and February of next year at the winter heat at Charlotte, at the road course over there, getting that road course experience, which I don't have at all. So that's really, all I've got lined up so far.
What's your favorite type of track?
Um, I've been racing on short tracks only so far. So, in terms of, I guess, different styles of tracks, Greenville Pickens is pretty flat, and we've gone to Tri County, which is a decent amount of banking. Same with Hickory. Florence is kind of in the middle. Myrtle Beach doesn't really have any banking either. So, to I think I've liked the flat tracks a little bit more, but at the same time, the places with a little bit more banking, and it's not even more than like 4 to 8 more degrees of banking, but that much is cool because you can be a little bit creative with what lines you run, and that stuff will apply when you excel through the ranks and go to the bigger tracks, and you'll have more lanes to work with and be carrying more speed. So it's, I can't really say what's favorite right now, but I've learned a lot, and although only going to short tracks this year, but learning on what different types of tracks do in addition to like their surfaces and whatnot.
Yeah. All right, Rajah Caruth, thank you so much. Congratulations on the win, and good luck in a few weeks at Florence, buddy.
Cool. Thank you, Casey, for having me.